Hey there, Being Devil here, the second Shaitan, the seventh devil of Islam. I'm here because I have two things to say when it comes to Islam itself. Many preachers, and especially many Muslims, saying that Islam is peaceful. I once have pointed that Islam itself have been very destructive, but I may be saying that I've taken back only half of it, because in reality, Islam itself doesn't have to be destructive, but only half of it is it, while the other half is peaceful. But perhaps I shouldn't say the half, but we could say 25% of it are peaceful, while 75% of it is violent. I may be not the smartest guy in the world, which I'm not, but I am at least the one who can tell when things doesn't seem alright at all, because I still belong to Islam, I'm a Muslim, but I'm not a patriot. I am rather a equalist. But before you maybe definite equalist, what is an equalist? An equalist who actually want to share with, it could be a gender, it could be a class, whatever, it doesn't matter. We could say gender equality when all gender have same rights and same rules for each and anyone. No excuses at all. That's equality. The same goes for the classes. If they have same payments, same work time and whatsoever, that's the same. But okay, enough about that. What I want to tell why I think that 75% of Islam itself is destructive, while 25% of it is not. But if we're going to lay on what exactly am I going to talk about? We say, for example, the Qur'an. Why do I think that only the half of it is peaceful, while the other half is violence? Simple. I can tell you, for example, the book is a flip-flop. What do I mean? Take, for example, when you actually are asking your mother for taking a cookie. You're asking your parent before you're taking the cookie, and if they allow it, you're allowed to take it. If you're not, then you should actually respect them, but you're forbidden to take it. But on the other hand, the book could also say, well, you're allowed to take the cookie anyway, because that's exactly what it is. Okay, wasn't you supposed to ask your parent if you're allowed to take the cookie? Then that doesn't matter. It didn't apply. It did apply early, but it still allows you to take the cookie without the parents' agreements, without their confirm. And that's the thing. It flip-flopping. Alright? You can mention every hadith. No. Don't think about the hadith. You can think about any verse you can read in the Qur'an, who literally saying, well, you're allowed, but yet you're not allowed. Take, for example, you can steal a coin from someone. No, better. You're not allowed to steal a coin, yet you could say later you're allowed to steal a coin, which is messed up. It is messed up. Okay? But what about all those other things? Like, we say someone will protest and maybe doesn't agree with the law and maybe criticize it. In one of the verses, if I remember correct, don't kill the disbeliever because he yet doesn't understand the verse or whatever. I don't know which of them was it, but okay. It is the part what I tried to explain, one of the verse in this case, but I ain't going into it, just giving you an example. But suddenly, there's another verse that is saying, you're allowed to kill the disbeliever, which means oath. Suddenly you have two verses who contradict each other. The other one saying specific, you're not allowed to kill the disbeliever, and the other one allows you to kill the disbeliever. So it starts flip-flopping. There's many verses similar to each other, only one of them forbidding you to do that, and the other one allowing you to do that. And that will be the confusion because no one knows exactly the truth. We're always laying our energy by asking imams and sheikh or any mufti or any Muslim apologist or any preacher in this case. For those who are maybe in the age knowing it better than us, yet we are the one who are actually seeing the problematic here. And I can only say one thing. We know that the Prophet wanted at least everybody to love the religion, right? Yes, of course. But in the same time, we start to questioning it because there is a flip-flop in it. Either you allow it or not. Of course there is a confusion. Now, what about the hadith and curriculums? Those things are separated from Qur'an. Only different is the hadith have a lot of violence verse in it. Curriculums too, with their verse of violence as well. It was created by other men than Muhammad. For those who maybe live with Muhammad, who also have been questioning Muhammad if they could allow things sometimes, asking, for example, when it comes to the partnership and so on, forcing someone to marry somebody and how we're going to handle their families and so on. I ain't going into the details today, but you can imagine how the life is today, especially when it comes to the Dawah folks. I ain't going to go in specific in it, just telling you the small details who actually are very violent, and I'm telling you, be careful. Well, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to do a longer version about the verse, but I'm going to tell you in an honest way. I sometimes have a hard time to explain correctly, and especially when it comes to big things. I'm not exactly great at speech. I'm more nervous when I'm going to talk about the topic and so on. But I try what I can, even if I am very nervous myself. So yeah, in reality I suck. But I do my best in case to make sure that I can explain so each and any of you can reflect what I'm trying to tell you. Now I just gave you some topic of it, not really, but it's just an introduction what I'm going to work with later. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I am Shaitan, the seventh devil of Islam. Devil being out.